Mog. This was the Nutbuster. I had to apologize to my fiance because I screamed.
This one, this was the first thing I saw because I woke up after the state of play was already done.
I was like, okay, what is this? Okay. And then this, like,
I like those guys. I like this guy.
And like, oh, Vibranium Shield. Okay, I guess it's a Marvel Arxis game? Excuse me?
I know there's dozens of ways I could have seen this already, but I love seeing these guys speak Japanese.
Yeah, awesome. Somebody in my chat was going like, oh, I hope they add dub voices. And I'm like, I think these sound really good. I am fine with this.
Yeah, I've always wanted to hear Captain America in the original Japanese.
Yeah.
Captain Nihon. Spidey sense! Like, oh. And we've got like the Strive, like stage transition corner things. There's so many things, right? We love fighting games. There's so much shit to dig into with this.
There's something about like the hit stop in this trailer that I'm not crazy about. It does give me Strive vibes.
Yeah.
That I like am not as thrilled with, but I'm still very interested.
I love this Ghost Rider. This move he does.
This Ghost
boom,
Rider
and then
looks
bam!
sick as hell.
And then he re-jumps it. I'm like, oh fuck, that's
I
sick.
really want to play with this Ghost Rider, and I really want to play with this Doom because
And
this
then
is so good.
they're ramping it up, and they're like, hey, 3 people tagged in.
Like, wait a minute, how big are these tees?
Air grab off of Doom. Also with the laser.
Lock on missile.
Fucking
Storm,
anti-air
cool
assist
as hell
from Storm.
design.
And this alleyway looks like the fucking alleyway from MVC3, which is part of my Grandmaster theory we're going to get into. 4v4. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
what the fuck?
I'm already like intimidated in 3v3 games where I'm like, I gotta learn 3 characters.
Nah, you
now I'm gonna
don't.
have to learn 4.
You learn a point character and 2 assists where you pray you don't have to tag 2.
Basically. Which I did see that is apparently like a mode you can do.
Yes,
where,
yeah.
like, give me a leader who just
He
has
literally
more
looks like
health and
Inferno Cop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hell
So
yeah.
I didn't fully recognize 2 of the characters. Who are they supposed to be? There's the one masked girl and then the one guy.
Miss Marvel is Stretchy.
Okay, that's probably her.
Mascot.
and-
that's
and
Star-Lord.
Oh, is that Star-Lord? Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Star-Lord. Arxis Marvel game. Like, so this is Max put out a really good video about this too, that like people have been talking in the sphere, people in the know, and even like publicly, Sony been putting out like these weird cagey, gonna take you for a ride, like talking about stuff like this. And then we get this, and then if you weren't there for the state of play thing, like this trailer doesn't show it, they got to this part and then they like did a stop.
There was like a little rewind sound.
And then rewind sound, and then
Yeah.
went back, and then they showed like a dev like blog thing, whatever, right? Can I say my conspiracy theory?
Do you think that there's some Capcom involvement somewhere in here?
Yes, I do. Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was developed by Aiding. Capcom did not make that game. They published it. Sony is publishing this game. That's it. Sony is publishing this. They made a big point about that. They're like, Sony came to us and said, hey, have you thought about making a Marvel game? And Arxis specifically was developing it. Now here, maybe there isn't any Capcom stuff, but Summer Game Fest is like right around the corner. And they've been talking so cagey about other Marvel versus Capcom stuff. That collection just came out. Marvel vs. Capcom collection just came out. Why they wouldn't show this off, though, like, I don't know why you wouldn't announce MVC if it was MVC. Like, just showing this. And, like, my thinking, too, is, like, 4v4, and you've shown off 8 characters. Like, to make 4v4 interesting, you need a huge fucking roster.
You're going to need a big roster.
And MVC has been the tentpole of big fucking rosters turning into, like, you know, big fucking team tag games and shit, right? So I might be huffing the copium, but I want to believe that maybe there will be something else, some other announcement with this that will say that. And my evidence being, just because Arxis is developing it, it doesn't mean anything. Aiding developed MVC3 and TVC, so like this is not
because
new.
Arxis is developing it. That means that Goku and Soul
That means
Bad
that, of
Guy
course,
could
that means
show
Goku
up.
and Soul Bad Guy are going to show up. That's what that means. They've talked about it cagely, and other people have said, like, the future of Marvel like games looks good, and then something take you for a ride, right? This alleyway is literally the alleyway in MVC. That MVC 3. That's the end of my arguments, Judge. Take with it what you will. But
Well, that's just
that's my
because
case.
this is Hell's Kitchen, Kieran. This is where Daredevil lives, or
You
whatever.
could show any place that isn't just the same alleyway from MVC.
You just think all American alleyways look the same, or at least Japan does.
But on what is on the table, though, this looks really fucking good. This looks visually stunning. I'm a big fan of the presentation of this whole thing. You mentioned the hit stop looking a little weird. I kind of agree with you, and it looks like Strive, which is very stripped down. So I don't know.
Ended up bouncing off of Strive, to be honest. Like I didn't stick with that game nearly as much as I thought I would.
Yeah.
And so I'm a little that has me a little nervous. I still think this looks rad as hell, and I'm very excited about it. But I would classify myself as somewhat cautiously optimistic.
Yeah,
because I'm still ready to be this doesn't just feel as fast as I want it to, or like what I want it to be. But I still think it looks really cool, and I'm excited about the possibility of it.
People when MVCI came out, and then Fighters just totally, as the kids would say, mogged it. There was already this expectation that ArcSys was carrying the torch forward from MVC because Capcom seemingly either didn't want to pursue the license, Disney didn't want to do anything with them, or I don't know, it wasn't sure what party gave a shit with all of it, right?
I feel like I kept hearing I want to say both from Marvel 3 and Infinite, it was just lots of Capcom being we've got stuff, and Disney just keeps saying no. or Marvel keeps going no, you're not doing our character right, and so that's delaying a bunch of stuff, and it's just real frustrating to make.
Yeah, which is weird because Disney doesn't give a shit about a lot of other stuff. So if it was Disney shit, I mean they're separate. It's a Hydra. It's not exactly all the same thing.
Yeah, it's not all the same thing, but yeah.
When it comes to Kingdom Hearts and stuff, Disney's very doesn't give a fuck.
Hail Hydra even.
Yeah, Hail Hydra, exactly.
They've infiltrated the game
It's all
companies.
connected.
But I mean, it's probably not MVC because we would probably see it in the stages if it was MVC. But let a man dream, okay? But this stuff here,
Look, I want to believe.
He does an uppercut, and then they initiate the cutscene, which is both what Strive and Fighters do. But this one in particular, this is really high.
That's way up there.
This is way the fuck up there. And MVC3 had that launcher to the 4-way tag thing, if you remember that. Where you had to pick a direction that you were snapping into. Yeah. You could do that, and then the person, if they guessed the right direction, would cancel your shit. Kind of looks like that. But also people were talking about MVC4, MVC is kind of the innovator of the series, and what's MVCI went back to tag, so I guess 4v4 is the one-upsmanship that you would do, and this one is doing 4v4, so it's how much of this Marvel vs. Capcom DNA is going to be here?
4.
Yeah, right? I don't know, Marvel 4.
Here, they gotta fly up that high because when Sentinel's on screen, that's how tall
big he is. Okay, yeah. I also like that they call the cut in crossover. That's I thought that was
a comic.
Good.
AKA a crossover between characters like Soul Bad Guy and Goku.
There we go.
But the systems in this do look interesting enough to me that I think it'll be cool because you see this little bit here that I think shows off a lot without saying much. Hey, from block stun, I have
you can do a block counter.
I have Spider-Man come in, fuck you up, and then I input Unibeam and then tag to Spider-Man. That's awesome. And with
some real finger gymnastics.
Having a point character and 3 assists means this is going to be a touch of death game.
Yeah,
instantly.
that's gonna be bonkers. I'm so part of me is really anxious about just playing this online and just getting completely overwhelmed by just not being able to see what my opponent is doing because there's 4 different characters doing something,
screen.
And one of them is the guy whose health bar I'm trying to get down right now.
Yeah, this is gonna be a TOD shitfest in my mind. However, it looks like this little crossover mechanic is a good defensive mechanic, and people were talking about too, a lot of these designs that ArcSys is doing, and even Bandai with Tekken 8 Season 2 is a fucking party game. They really favor offense, but if this has enough defensive tools to keep the chaos in check, I think it'll be really cool. But you gotta have something good to defend from a point character and 3 assists. That's insane. That is so crazy. Much you can tag into them to keep all this shit going, but also, it might make sense to become a TOD fest because there's 4 characters. That's 4 characters you have to kill. Are they going to have regenerative health when you tag out? do you just share a health bar? Like,
yo, what is it when like happy birthday was when you got the teammates? What happens when you've got 4 of your opponent's guys caught in a combo? Like, is that just a birthday party now? Like, what's going on?
It's a birthday party. Yeah, Happy New Year. I like Happy New Year.
Okay.
That's good. Excited. We'll see how it goes. I heard something about like it might have a Skullgirls-y system, so I think it'll be fun.
Oh, like a shared.
Yeah, like a
help,
shared,
or
but like you choose how many you want to go into. Like maybe these aren't characters
yes,
you
yeah,
tag
yeah, yeah.
into. Like you just have
Like
the
I've got
assist.
a 2-person team, so I've got 2 beefier.
Yeah, I got 2
dudes
beefier
versus
dudes.
4
Like 'cause
fragile characters.
that would be the way to do this. IMO is like you do like Skullgirls, and then I think it makes sense.
I could see that.
But yeah.
Good times. Zone.